off. There we go. Alrighty. Come on. Alright. Great. Okay. Ooh. There's a new franchise community goal. I'll have to get on that at some point. But that's not what I'm doing today. Yes, hello. I don't know if anybody's actually watching. I actually didn't do anything in Test Zoo. I think I abandoned that almost immediately. But yes, I am playing Planet Zoo and, doing a sandbox zoo here. Maybe I'll do a stream of my, franchise zoo at some point. Although, gotta tell you, it's kind of underwhelming. I'm not temperate. North America, I always choose temperate. Gosh, what should I call this zoo? And I can't just do Test Zoo again. I mean, I could, but I shouldn't. I should actually name this something so I can tell them apart. Ignore the horrible crunching of the water bottle there. I've had a terrible cough for the past, like, day. It's really annoying. I'm just gonna go with a dumb name. Whatever. No, that's a stupid name. I'm not going to name it that. Jeez. I think I am just going to call it Toronto Zoo, because I have no creativity. I have no creativity, and I don't actually care, what it's called. To be quite frank. No, this is my first time streaming Planet Zoo, and I'm not streaming the franchise mode today because I honestly don't know if my internet would handle both me running franchise mode and a stream at the same time. So, that's why I'm doing this instead. Alright. So. Ugh. There's gonna be some lag, I think. Just because of the way my computer is. I hate the fact that the moment you start the game, all this pops up like, yeah, I know I need this staff stuff. So, first thing I should do is, let's see. No, I can't make this path 2 paths. Even though it looks like it should be able to split in the middle there. If I delete that, is there a way to delete this? There is. Okay, this is exactly what I want. No, it isn't. That was stupid. Because this is the entrance. Doesn't need to be a staff path yet. But I am going to turn this into wood. Just because. Why'd you have to do it that way? Why is it like leaving this little pie slice? Can I path in here? No. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this. Stop that. Okay. Now how wide is this? This is not a very wide path, so I need to fix that. Because this path is going to get the most traction of any path in my zoo. Let's lengthen that. Because I know what I'm going to do for the entrance here. And having this sort of a shape to the path, I think might help. Yeah. So that might help. I'm not gonna do that quite yet with that length, but let's bring the length way down. I'm trying to make the path as straight as possible, but I can't exactly tell if it's straight or not. Okay. And then off from the side somewhere, I need to have a staff path. I'll have it off at the side here. Come on. So I'm trying to get all the staff facilities far enough away that people don't whine about them. So, and I know what I'm gonna put in my... Yeah, I need a trade center before I can even get any of that. That's in facilities. Come on. Ah. Now I would probably want to turn the unlimited off in a second. After I get my first animals in. I guess I could splurge on the bigger facilities. There's no reason not to. In the beginning of this sandbox zoo. Okay. What's happening here? It's so hard to see when something is actually on the ground. Okay. Z, so I need to turn that around. There we go. And I can tell it's not on the ground because that's going up. Down. Okay. So hopefully I wish there was a way you could like turn on seeing through trees. So that they're not just constantly in the way. So it's a keeper hut. That's quarantine. I probably won't need a large quarantine. I've only ever needed small ones. Because you really should, I really should not be moving in large amounts of animals at the same time. Are you gonna, are those the only two places you're allowed to go if you're part of this group? Let's zoom out so that you can actually see what's going on. Is that it? You have to be there or there? Well, I guess there is fine. The staff area does not need to look good. I'm gonna get a bigger research center because they always whine at me about having tiny research centers. Of course, I can't move it around because the game thinks it's part of this group. Alright, these trees are moving. Probably going to end up deleting them. Just wholesale, because they do nothing but get in my way. Come on. Alright, so trying to think if I should make my habitats first on either side of this situation, or if I should get all my staff stuff down, because I want to put the power and the water as close to the habitats as possible. without actually bothering the Karens on the path. So let's see. What do I have? I have a quarantine and I have a keeper hut. I'm gonna get an animal trade center in here. Yeah. No, not there. Christ. There. You know, actually connected to the path might help. Not large. What else do I need? Quarantine, quarantine. That's a research center. Right, I was going to build a research center, and I was going to build the large one. That can go there. Staff rooms. And veterinary surgery. Can go here at the very end of the thing. Stop putting them in groups. I would like to be able to rotate them, because for some reason you can't rotate something if you're placing it in a group. Alright, come on. Oh, you're gonna be a bastard, aren't you? Alright, why are you not... Are you not actually on the ground? You are on the ground. So why are you not connecting to the path? Okay. Because there were hints that it was going to connect to the path, and then it just didn't. So I don't know what that's about. Put a staff room. Stop editing the group, please, for the love of God. Alright. I'm putting that there because I actually... Stop that. I actually need to move this farther over. Because the people on the path... All this stuff is too close to the path, I think, and people are gonna get upset. Even though there's no real reason for them to get upset at all. Like, it's just staff facilities, and yeah, they're a bit ugly, but... So, yeah, do that. I really don't care how hideous this looks. Okay. Because I was going to put these two over here, but that's way too close to the path. These might actually be too close to the path as well, but, you know, I'll wait until people complain, I guess. So now into animal trading, I'm going to get the two animals that I'm going to put around the beginning here, one on either side. And they are going to be the gharial and the saltwater crocodile. Which, if you note the way that I want the path to look, you might have an idea of what I'm gonna do at the top there, at the front there rather. That's an unfortunate name for an animal, but we will not be getting him. He's a bit old. She's alright. She's alright, and he's alright. What age do they stop? What age do they get sterile at? Ariel. Yeah, they need a really tiny space, but, polygonal 50 years. So these two are at a reasonable age. Oh, that's an interesting choice you've made, game. So I'm going to adopt Gia. Dia? Dia. Her name has a D in it. Now, fertility is really low. So, but I don't see any warning that he's going to, struggle with the, what are your genes like? Yeah, he's better in almost every way except for fertility, but I'm gonna get him anyways. What about you? What about these saltwater crocodile? What age do they? I actually don't think I've ever had a saltwater crocodile in any of the zoos I've made. So 1 to 2 death. Well, that's great. And they need about the same size as the gharial, whose name I'm probably mispronouncing terribly, and that's just going to be something that's going to have to be lived with. Oh, well, there's a silver quality male gharial right there. I'm gonna get him, actually. On you. No, I was gonna get this guy. What was I? Yeah, I was gonna get this guy. He's, more rounded out. Let's see. What about the females? Which of these is better? Not very long lived, but I mean, she's worse in almost every way, so I guess I'm getting Encasa. I'll just do that right now before I forget. Yes, I need a veterinary surgery. Don't I have one of those? Okay, what are you? Research center, staff room. Oh yeah, I don't need a research center, because I'm doing this in Sandbox, so that can actually go away. Oh, I bought 2 research centers rather than a veterinary surgery. That was silly of me. I don't know what that noise was outside. Let's get the veterinary surgery in here. Come on. Oh. I have a bit of a problem with the way that this game decides to control, because sometimes it'll do what it did there, which was it just sort of reversed where it was going for some reason. It just reversed like the way that I was scrolling, and it's not supposed to do that, and it in fact stopped doing that after a few seconds. But it occasionally will just do that. It will just decide, hey, I'm gonna reverse now. Okay. So I actually don't know. Did I need to build that out more? I'm gonna put down the habitats first. No, not that. Terrain. So yeah, I will definitely need to build out the path more. Can I up intensity and up size a little bit? Yeah, that's more what I was looking for. Because this entire area is basically going to be cut off with a null barrier. I'm not going to use any actual barriers. It's going to be cut off with a null barrier because it's all going to be set into the ground for both the gharial and the saltwater crocodile. I'm not really going for any specific shape with these two. Ooh, I think I might have... So the thing I want to make on the path, I actually think is going to be much closer to here, so I'm going to pull this out and I'll just flatten that down later to make it like just normal terrain. And I'm actually going to do this little bit over here. Even though they won't be able to see, I figure these animals aren't shy, I don't think, but they might benefit from having some place to hide. They're confident. Can guest enter habitat? No. I mean, there's nothing preventing you from just sticking a gate on that will let people in. You shouldn't, but you probably can. Let's see, confident. So they probably won't be hiding much, but I found that especially, like, even confident animals in some of my zoos seem to benefit from having a place to go. This is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was flatten to surface, maybe? Is this doing what I want it to do? Yes. Now here, yeah, I think I probably will want to. No. That could be like a waterfall situation, maybe. I'd have to do a lot of work to get it to that, though, so probably I'm just gonna make sure that this is flat and fill that in. Well, I guess it could count as hard shelter if I... Well, all this needs to go down a bunch anyways, so why don't I do that? Because I think that could count as hard shelter. So, then just a little bit. No, that's... Yeah, it all needs to be dug down more so that this actually acts as a barrier. And then I'll build up from there what's the land and what is the... water. No, down. Now this game is a bit laggy for me. I don't know if it's actually lagging on your end as well. Okay. So that's a bit of a bank. Now, I always have this problem of making my habitats way too big, but I'm actually concerned the space I have blocked out here is too small for them. So let's dig out a little bit more. Oh. Now you saw where my cursor was, and then you saw where it was actually digging there. I don't feel like that was quite where I told it to be. Okay. This is nowhere near far down enough. don't think, at least. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Let's make it a little wider on this end. What the hell was that noise? I don't know if you guys can hear the noises happening outside my window. Okay. I mean, saltwater crocodile can probably get out of this. I don't know about the gharial, though. They're a lot shorter, I think. This place seems a little too... Because if I make it sheer, then they probably can't get out. But if there's too much of that... Yeah, I don't think this is far down enough. But I'm worried if I make it sheer, of course, that I'm gonna really struggle to get the habitat gate in. So I might have to... I hope I don't have to put like a stupid looking pane of glass up front. So that stuff can get in. But I probably will. Now, part of the problem is I don't actually know how tall in game they are. I'm just gonna put down a null barrier and see what happens. So let's actually see how many meters. I'm looking at the gharial right now. This is for the saltwater crocodile. And then this. So we need 1 meter of grade 2. And then I need 400, 200 walking, 200 swimming. So let's actually see, using a null barrier, how tall this is. God, I really hate working with null barriers. They're so annoying. I'll fix all of this eventually. I just need to sort of get an idea of what I'm working with. But it doesn't seem to actually want to give me that. That's not right. None of this is right. Okay. Let's just try. Stop that. This. No, not that. Not there. Don't want it going up into the cliff face. I just want to see how tall what I've made is. Okay. So it's... Okay, can I... For the love of God. Alright, so what I've made here is much taller than they need it to be, which once again concerns me that I will not be able to get stuff in here. It's probably going to look hideous from the back. Yeah. Put these in a stupid position as I always do. So if I were to, yeah, let's say I'm using a regular path that's just going to meet up with the null barrier. I think I'd be able to get it somewhere close to this, but I think I'm actually going to just burrow down into this. Make it so much easier for everyone. And by everyone, I mean myself. So let's not do that. I said let's not do that. Game, please work with me. Okay, I'm not editing a group. I'm trying to move this singular object. Once again, game, please work with me. Fix the paths in a second. Because I know it looks like a real mess right now. I didn't click that. Okay. This game's auto-grouping is so irritating. No, I'm not editing group 8. I'm moving this one item. Oof. The stuff area looks like trash. Fix that in a second. Come on. You are testing me. This game. Okay. Gonna stick it there, and then I'm actually going to just... Yeah, I don't think I can fix this path, so I'm just gonna... do this. Because I literally don't think it is possible to have fixed that path. Okay. You've decided to do that. I guess I'll allow it. Because what I actually need is this. Okay. So I'm going to enable tunneling. Then I'm going to hope that the pathing system in this game... Course terrain modification has failed. Why wouldn't it? Why would anything go as I want it to? Come on. Down. Yeah. Okay. You know how to. Are you going to let me curve? It'd be really great if you let me curve. Curved slopes. Yes. So now I'm going to actually delete all this because I want it to be curved. Just a little bit of curve towards where it's actually going to meet up with the enclosure. Okay, great. Progress has been made. Nope. That is, I believe, as far as I need right now. And as a matter of fact, I think I am going to delete that so that when the habitat gate gets put in, I can then actually, like, make this functional. Because I am going to have to put in, I think I'm going to have to put in, like, a pane of glass here and then the habitat gate, but, you know, guests won't see that. It'll be fine. Most of this will be null barrier. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to... Should I put... God, 'cause it's so hard to actually get null barrier behind the rock. Like, it's almost impossible to tell if you've put null barrier where you want it. Okay, let's lose the length. It's doing that weird thing. Like, it curves in a very weird way, and I don't know why it decides to do that. So I'm almost 900% sure that this area that I've made is far too small. I won't know until I've finished this barrier, which sucks, but yeah. And there, and there. Can't even tell if that's going in the rock or not. I think it's going... Well, it's definitely going on top now. Because it did that up here. That's not what I wanted it to be doing. Stop zooming me around, Planet Zoo. I would like to just continue looking at the area I'm looking at. Thank you. Okay. I'll do that. Yeah, see, it's going along the top. Which I guess is where I want it, now that I think about it. Like, it's going along the top part of this sheer cliff face, but it's not, like, on top. Which I think is kind of how I want it. No, that was a stupid place to put it. Come on. Alright. Oh. That's just my computer running out of battery. How do you even live that long? I will say my barrier will not end up looking pretty, but you know, it's not the barriers that count. Because basically my thinking of having it run along this... Okay, that's not actually where my mouse was when I clicked. This is what I meant about there is lag when I play this. And you can hear my computer losing its mind in the background. It just cannot conceive that I'm attempting to stream this game. Which, you know, fair. Probably more than it should be forced to handle. Okay. Could I please look at something that makes sense? God, I really hate the way the camera just moves around doing whatever it wants. Okay, so my thinking is this section should be all glass. Lome glass is, you know, great for this, I think. And then, yeah, it'll do that. And then the rest will be null to join that up. What a horrifying amalgamation I have created. And the habitat gate will be here. Huh? There we go, will be here. It'll be, could you please allow me to place a habitat gate? Adding multiple gates to habitat, no, not, it didn't. Oh, it did place, it just wasn't showing up. Great. Okay. So now I have to, yeah, I will select all of this and just make it really tall. Yep, that's not hideous at all. But it prevents the saltwater crocodiles from escaping, so that's really all I need. Now, how big is this actually? This horrifying thing I've created. It says there's no land area and no water area. That's not true. Yeah, okay, my habitat gate's facing the wrong way, but how much space do I have? Game, please work with me. Okay. Okay, so what are you doing, game? Let's go in here and face my horrible creation. Alright. So the problem is that most of this terrain is way too uneven, so how much of that can I actually fix with this in the way? Probably none of it, right? Like, it's probably not gonna let me do anything about the fact that this is all uneven. Just flatten it. Yeah, flatten it. There's chat. Not that anybody's in it, but... Alright. Is this even enough for you? Yes? Great. What are you doing? Game. Game, stop it. Alright. So now if I try to do paths, what are you gonna do? You gonna let me path? You gonna let me fucking see what I'm doing here? Alright. So, in this area, if I delete that path and then make this, God, I'm probably not supposed to be looking at it like this, but it's kind of easier to figure out what the hell's supposed to be going on. Okay. Why is terrain modification failing? What is the problem? What are you even trying to modify? What about you? Are you gonna do anything? Okay. That looks like, yeah, it's trying to go up. So let's bring it down. I said let's bring it down, but apparently you didn't hear me. Game, what's your damage? Okay, what if I up the length? Not that much, but just a little bit. Is this enough for you to... Okay, it's enough for you to just decide to become a DNA helix off to the side, but it's not exactly what I'm asking you to do. Okay, cool. Why are you making that choice? Alright, I think it's too long. Then again, it's kind of refusing to do anything. think I might have to just redo this section. Okay, so you'll do that, yeah, and then what'll you do? You'll go there. Okay, I'm alright with you tunneling a little bit more, so long as you actually do what I ask you to do, which is, okay, think I see the problem. Let's actually turn off curved slopes for right now. And then I might, yeah. Okay. Alright. Why has terrain modification failed? Why did it make the decision to do that? You? Okay. So you'll do that. No. That's... What you're doing there is creating an entirely new path. Okay. There shouldn't be terrain modification happening. I'm gonna turn off tunneling and see what this does. Oh? Okay, you'd let me do it there. Okay. What you're doing is creating a hideous path, but I guess it's working. You. Yeah. And then if I bring you down, no, if I bring you down, you just go into the fucking ether. Okay. I hate the pathing system in this game, but I do admit that I am... Why are you doing that? But I do admit that I am probably destroying it right now. Like it was not intended to do any of this. Like a good chunk of this blame is my own. I still don't know why it's making the decision to just break the laws of physics on the side of the wall there. None of this is what I'm asking it to do. But it's telling me the terrain's too uneven for me to place it, so let's smooth stuff out. Let's try smoothing the... Actually, let's... not turn the intensity down, but definitely turn the size down. Try to smooth out this wall. Yeah, is that doing something for you? Is this helping? Am I helping? Let's bring this down so that we don't have grass growing through our staff path. I'd like to keep up the appearance that we care about our staff and maintain their paths. So what happens if I tell you to go up? Like way up? Oh? Okay, you'll let me do something. It's not what I want to do, but you'll let me do it. Christ, okay. J. Nothing, because I've turned tunneling off. What happens if I turn tunneling back on? You know, like I said, I acknowledge that this is probably not what, not how you're supposed to be doing this. But also it's the only way I can figure out to do it, so... That's on me as someone who's bad at the game, but also... Jesus Christ. Oh, you had it there. No, no, you had it there. Yeah, no, not that. Not that. Come on. I've almost got you. Alright. Now that that hideous abomination is out of the way. Oh, no. Wait, it didn't actually connect. Never mind. The hideous abomination is still underway. Okay. Oh my god. Just connect up somehow. Like, I don't care how at this point. I don't care how ugly it is. Or if it makes no sense, just do it. Like, please. This cannot be the rest of my life, game. Okay, no. So what if I turn off tunneling? Will you let me do anything here? No. So I think maybe I have to... Okay. You've made a very promising shape there. Can I can connect to you. Finally. Alright. So now I need to smooth out this terrain so that not only can the saltwater crocodiles actually get to it. I suppose then that means... Okay. So this all has to be... Let's try flattening to foundation a little. And then, okay, flattening to foundation has actually created a sheer cliff face. So that's neat. Let's do that, and let's smooth this situation out. So, I'm guessing this area is going to be a lot of land. But now I have to actually see how much space they have. They have way more space than they will ever need. Of course they do. Also, this area is destroyed, so I have to... Let me fix that. Let me fix this whole situation. Yeah, come on. Seal this gap up. We don't want any baby crocodiles making their way out of this hole. Oh, it's not gonna work, is it? Well, hang on, okay. Let's undo this horrible thing that I'm doing. I'm gonna close it up with a rock, I think. This whole situation, I also might need to close up with a rock, depending on how this goes. But you know. It's mostly somewhat worked out. Okay. So. All of my animals are still in animal trading because I was busy making that horrible mess. So I'm actually going to now, finally, send them over to quarantine. They won't be there long. I think I sent Khalifa there. So now I'm gonna send her there. Okay. I admit this is a bit of a disaster, but, this doesn't feel like 900 meters. As a matter of fact, I don't think it is 900 meters at all. No, there's not much good I can do that way. Okay. I am going to, let's see. So that's a slope. I'm gonna say this whole area is land, so it's where they're gonna be walking. I'm gonna give them some back here. It's gonna be filled with water. God. See, typically, the way that I would do this, the way that I've sculpted this terrain, I'd have a waterfall here. This would be like a pool. And it would pour into this area where it would pool. But of course I can't do that here. Oh, I just accidentally turned caps lock on. That's not what I wanted. Let's deal with that situation that's happening there, that little blip in the terrain. So I think I'm gonna have to maybe get a little uncreative with my water placement. Alright. Don't know how much this is actually going to be able to hold water. I'm just gonna do my best to make sure it's most of it. This area, because I've made it a weird shape. I don't like the shape of it. I've made it way too thin and not wide enough, but you know. Okay, how much of this can hold water? Oh, you can go, simmer not great, I think. Okay. Yeah, I can't put water anywhere here. Who's surprised, considering, you know? Huh? How did I end up there? Oh. Yeah, considering how close and, like, I can't fucking see anything. Considering how close and, like, bad everything is, it's not surprising at all that I can't get water in there. Like, the water tool is extremely finicky, don't get me wrong, but this here is my fault for making it so horribly. How long have I been live? So... I'm basically just doing the same thing over again, but so if I do that, and then I make this area like a super deep pool, I don't know if that gives them enough land, though. or if I've just made like 800 meters of water, basically. Oh no, not that. Yeah, that's more what I'm looking for. Yeah, like a river, even if it looks like shit. And actually, could I turn this into rough water now that I've made it calm water? I don't know. Yeah. This is more the situation I was looking for. It doesn't look great. It's probably not even all that visible. Yeah, this isn't very visible from the path, which I totally forgot to even care about. So I'm gonna have to build something a little bit like that. Like a little pier situation. Can I make this rounded? What about if I up the length, delete that, make it round? No? Okay. What if I... Yeah, that's not a good viewing area, I don't feel. What if I... So yes, it's doing that, and then I have this kind of curve along that. Maybe it could be an okay viewing area, but it's hideous. I'll tell you what it is, it's hideous. So it's still telling me that they have more than enough land area. But I'm wondering how much of that is just that, I've put these up here. That, like, the null barrier is in... is, like, in the wall. Also, I just need to minorly edit the barrier. I'm gonna press play so that the quarantine of the animals can end. But I'm going to minorly edit this section and just see if I can... No, I can't do that with it. Can I do that with it? Yeah, because the thing is, I don't want the saltwater crocodiles touching the null barrier, because if they touch the null barrier, then they are going to... the game's going to consider them escaped. And I'm sealing this area up with a, with a rock anyways, so it shouldn't be that bad for this specifically. But this area, I don't quite like it. But I bet I can't actually move it backwards because the path and stuff is there. Oh no, I seem to have been able to move it back quite a bit. So now if I do this, yeah, they can't reach that. But they probably can reach this horrible mess. God, I don't know why. Why does the null barrier act like that? So, but I think the cliff is too sheer for them to make it up to that. God, and I don't even know how much of this terrain they can actually traverse. Yeah, so if I get out of this, it's probably going to tell me I have something like 1,000 land. No? Okay. Still about the same amount of land. I wonder if it only counts traversable land there. Hopefully. And hopefully that means that this is all traversable land for the saltwater crocodiles. Now I need to actually find no, it won't be something like that. Like good for the saltwater crocodile. It is. Shoe toy. That's probably not. Bubble machine. Really? That's only for the dingo. What a weird choice. I don't know of many items in the game that are like that, where you just, it's just for one animal. Like I said, I've never actually had one of these in, so I don't know what they, a block of frozen fruit, obviously not. They aren't exactly fruit eaters. Oh, they have a eucalyptus tree feeder specifically, I guess, for koalas? What do these guys eat out of? Not a food bowl. Food tray? Food tray. And I'm gonna have to unembed it from the ground a little. Yeah, it's probably floating a tiny bit, but no one will notice. Frozen blood pumpkin. Yeah, that helps. That helps them out with enrichment. So we'll do that and question why it's done that to the terrain to just place an item. Forage pool. Do they need that? No, it's just, oh, I guess there are other items just for one animal. Fruit spiked tree, gift box enrichment. That's so weird. Okay, I'm not gonna look through all of my stuff that way. I'm just gonna go to saltwater crocodile. And a lot of the stuff for the saltwater crocodile will also be useful for the gharial, so I'll probably just keep it selected. Yeah, what do you guys like? A restraint feeder. Interesting. Well, I'll place one of those down. Water jet. And then they probably do need... Well, I guess those count as toy enrichment and not food enrichment, I think. So for some reason that should be fine. We do not have room for a mud bath in this exhibit, enclosure, habitat, whatever it's called. And do they need hard shelter? I don't know that they do. But if they need hard shelter, I'll just... Sorry for becoming one with that building. They do need hard shelter, I'll just build like a... As a matter of fact, I don't like how close that path is to this. Oh, I don't like that. Because you know they're gonna whine about it. So why don't I make the viewing platform not here, but farther along, so around here. No, I don't like what you're doing there, Path. Path, please. Okay. Let's do that. And then curve around here. Then I haven't even gotten to what I was planning on doing for the frontier, which was a bit of terrain sculpting. Let me see how long I've been live, and I will decide whether I should start it. Yeah, I'll start it now. Now I actually wonder what happens if I grab this and I try to stamp it over this. What happens here? Perfect. Alright. So this actually might make it easier for the sculpting that is about to take place if I just begin with this base. Of that. And then work from here. Because that's telling me how wide I need it to be. So alright. Green is probably the color I'm going to go with for now. It's just building up. What I need it to be doing is building out, so I'm going to actually do this. I do love how this game builds because it's mostly in the right shape. I won't need to do much to it, I don't think. Okay, so that's actually not doing what I want it to do because it's doing that. Looks more like I'm trying to make a dinosaur than what's actually happening, so let's delete that bit. Okay. So now let's do the same thing over here. Thicken this out and then make it longer. Oh, no, not that. Okay. Want to do that and then okay. So that helps. It does not help. I just need to flatten that. Okay, why have you done this, game? What made you think that I wanted to be flung into that? Alright. So I don't like what it's doing at the top here, so let's just change that a little bit. Okay, and then this will be fixed to make it not just a big block of dirt. But other stuff needs to be done first. So this should not be happening. And this should not be happening either. Gosh, it's really hard for me to see what's going on down here. Oh, no. So I'm going to paint this all bright green. Oh, hang on. Is this the right kind of grass? I can't tell. Okay, well that's not actually helping, but green was the color I was going to make this whole situation, so why don't I just real quick it's not, yeah, it's more of a like turf green than anything else. So let's fix this. Whoops, no, come on, get yourself out of there. Let's make that less of that, less chunky. Let's fill this space in. Yep. I think I'm going to keep the inside of the tunnel as close to this as possible. I might like rough it up a little, but I think this is a fine shape for the inside of the tunnel. Because it would also have to be like, you know, actually usable for people who want to walk through it. It still looks like I'm trying to like sculpt a very beefy dinosaur. But hopefully from the top view, it's obvious what I'm actually trying to do here. Okay. I think maybe what I need to do is, instead of that, if I try flatten to, oh yeah, that's doing something. Anything good? Yeah, it seems pretty good. Now, let me actually get up a picture of it just to make sure I'm doing it right. Gariel. Because they have this really, I'm obviously giving away what the intention is. They have this really weird snout. Like, it is bizarre looking. So actually, I think this is a bit too wide. So let us, or let me rather, thin it out so that it looks as weird as the actual snout of an actual gharial. Because their snouts are so weird. Okay, I don't know why you've decided I wanted that. I did not. I would still like the things to be connected to one another. Let's see. So let's do like a... Oh, whoops, let's do a flattening pass down here. Why are you doing that? Okay. So that looks like a gharial with a very crooked snout. That's not quite what I want. And I suppose I could just make it a regular saltwater crocodile. It would probably require a lot less effort. Okay. So now I need to let's look at the saltwater crocodile. What's your head like? Okay. So, Whoops, that's not what I meant to do, but hey, good to know I can do that. If you click in the middle mouse button and drag, that shit happens. Alright. Let's make it more like that. Now, saltwater crocodiles have sort of like a jowly situation, so let's see if I can't make that happen off to the side here. So that rather than it just being like, you know, the mouth, which that nose piece really does need fixing. Let me just, that's bothering me that that's there and happening. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, but now it doesn't have the correct shape. Let's just size down. Oh, not that small. 3 maybe? 3. And then pull out a little bit more. Pull out a little bit more. Not like that. I guess it doesn't matter if I... Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to go with the regular saltwater crocodile, because I think it's gonna just make me lose my mind if I have to do a gharial. They were a little weird looking. And then there actually should be a second pit here for where the eyes would be, I think. Let me look. Okay. There's that, and then there's a little patch of something up here. Is that actually doing anything? So yeah, let's make that rough. And then there's the eyes. Okay, not leave a giant pit there, game. Saltwater crocodiles do not have giant pits in their face. But I think it would be fair to say they do have eyes. It's a little funky looking, but it'll have to do for now. And there's the bottom part of the jaws. Which I still need to, so there's this... Okay, why did you decide to go over there? Game, could you please explain? Why you decided that over there was the correct place to be? Okay. And then I need to do the same to this side. Just sorta... Yeah. Because I really do have a weird, like, jowls situation. Also, this edge is... Oh, sorry for that burp. Terribly rude of me. Yeah, something like that, maybe? Let's see what it looks like when you're... Because this really is a, it's almost like a landmark for me more than anything else. I don't like... Okay. Don't like the shape of that. That needs to taper a little bit more. Let's turn the size down and maybe the intensity down. And then, reinstate some of that girth. But it does need to taper a little bit. Just so that it doesn't look so weird and blocky. Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. So, back to the high intensity. Put the size up a little bit, not too much. You know what? I'm not actually going to sculpt lower jaws. I think I'm just going to sculpt teeth. Nope, that's not what I want, game. What I actually want is for it to be the opposite of that. Down. Okay. So, there are these, but I don't think I'm going to use these for the teeth. How small can I make them, actually? Well, I can make them pretty small. But I think I'm going to use stone for the teeth. Not habitat, nature. That's still a bit raised. Let me handle that, and then I'll do the teeth. And then, how long have I been alive? And then I'll fight with the gharial habitat, I guess, and try to actually make it look good. No, I probably shouldn't flatten. I should just smooth it out, I think. I think that's the best I can hope for over there. Alright. Now nature. Where do saltwater crocodiles live? They live in Asia, aquatic and tropical. But I don't think there are specific rocks for each thing, so what are you? Oh. Those are nice. They're not what I'm looking for, though. So, rocks and Asia. What? Oh. They have some scenes. No, it's the other way around. Aquatic and temperate, I think it was. There aren't any aquatic rocks, which is, I guess, understandable. Let's see, which of these is the most... These? Maybe? Kind of small to be the teeth of this, I think. What about this? Yeah, this is pretty tooth-like. So, place these. That, and then turn this one in a little bit. Put that more towards the center, so it's kind of symmetrical. And then, oh yeah, there's this huge gap here that I need to fill in, I think. Okay. So, and then I am going to put some of the tooth rocks. God, it's so hard to see what I'm doing. Some of the tooth rocks here. You know what? I'll just stick them over here, because I need to use them anyways. I need to, like, rotate them and do all the advanced movement anyways, so I'm just gonna stick them there. Alright. So let's get straight into rotating. Let's get you upright. get you a little closer to the path and a lot more out of the ground. Oh, that's not out of the ground. Is this out of the ground? Yes, but not rotated enough. There we go. No, I think it looks more tooth-like if you leave it like that. Yeah. If I duplicate this item, it won't duplicate in the same position, will it? Oh? Yes, it will. That's very helpful. Because I am lazy. I am lazy and do not want the jaws to take 8 million years to complete. Alright. So, about there, and then just bring it up from the ground. Bring it forward a little. And that should be fine. Oh, sorry. Of course it needs to be moved slightly. Oh, no, what's happened there is I'm still duplicating. So there's actually 2 rocks in basically this exact place. Let me move one. Yeah. Perfect. And I'll just, once I've got everything up, I am going to rotate them a little bit so that they look more like teeth in the actual position that they would be. I decided not to continue the duplication there. What does that do? Okay. Down into the ground so that nobody can see that you're not quite shaped like a tooth. And then over. And then up. Okay, that's bringing you up over there, not quite where I want you to be. No, not the green one, the red one. The one that was highlighted when I clicked. Okay. Now down again. And over. And in. I'm trying to put them all at the base of the other rock, because that was where the tooth was going to be standing on. So I'm trying to put them like here. Okay. I think I do need to maybe sculpt the earth here to make it look more like a mouth. So, teeth at the back of the jaw would be, I believe, closer to the path. And then getting further away. No, these would be the farthest out. 'Cause there's the most. Yeah, alright. Oh, why are you doing that? Game, just communicate something with me. Just like tell me what you're thinking, game. Tell me when you've decided to stop duplicating a thing. So it's gonna come up where? Where is this going to come up? How far underground is this damn thing? Okay. There we go. There's the thing. Move it back. That's not back. Is this back? That's back. So I'm gonna try and place them somewhat evenly. Yeah? Alright. Alright, game. Is it the green one that brings you up today? No. It's still the blue one. But I guess you're really far underground? Where? There it is. Okay. So the red one will bring it up. Ugh. God. And the blue one is just pushing it back into the ground. The red one does that. Okay. Alright, fine. So, I'm actually going to put this here-ish. It's like, no, that's up and down. That's that way. And then up again. And then that way, and then... Alright, that's more or less what I want. Actually, since these are going closer to the path, I'm going to do that. And push it down a little. Yeah? Alright. And then... sorry for the horrible throat clearing. Yep, okay. Stop doing that. And now delete that. Delete that. No, that's actually the opposite of what I wanted. Okay, why are my only options with this, like, 5 miles above the earth and, like, buried? Not that close. Yeah, give it a good wide berth, I think. Yeah. No. Come on. Okay. back and then bring that up just a tiny bit. Yes. Okay. So that one, and then this one needs to move back a little too, I think. I think it's too close to the other one. Bring that up. In a little bit more, and then down a little bit more. And then these two, which need to be the farthest out. That one already is. This one is not. So let's... Part of the problem is that there's this huge disaster area here, which I need to fix, so we'll do that now. After I delete these two. Zoo stream right now. Okay. Let's... Oh, whoops. I selected push there, which is not at all what I meant. What I meant to do was to pull this. Actually, can I just flatten this? Is flattening this gonna cause me a problem? No, right? No. Okay. So now I can actually see that I still do need to bring this down a bunch. So it's actually, you know, embedded in the ground. Great. And now I did... Oh no, you are not far out enough. Alright, yep, that. And then this is actually too tall, I think. Actually, I think that's better for a tooth shape. It would be if there wasn't that chunk out of the side there. No, this has to go back down. So yeah, you're fine, but this still needs to be moved out more. Alright, hang on, no, there's like 5 millimeters of that above the ground. We can't have that. Okay. You look a little too far out. God, I'm gonna be doing this for the next 8 years, I feel like. And you're not lined up enough. Ugh. Okay. So from here, I should be able to look across and see that. But there's literally no way to do that, it seems, so that's the closest I think I can get. You know, it's okay if they're a little off, like this is fine. Because that seems about right for actual crocodiles. Yeah, this all looks fine. Now, for the just slight bit of lower jaw that I'm going to give them. Because just having, like, some rocks around doesn't really convey the feeling, I think. So I am going to just, you know. I'm trying to use the, shadow of the top as like a guide for where the lower jaw should end. Oh, that's as far as it'll go, huh? Won't go any further in. Yeah, I don't really care about this rock right now. Thank you, UI. Let's just fill that space in and... Okay. Try and smooth it out a little bit, but not too much. You know? I still want it to look somewhat natural-ish. Alright. Now let's smooth this down so you can kind of still see the teeth. Alright. It's something. I've made something. Of course, these are too close to the thing for me to... Okay, that's not what I want. Alright. And then smooth this area down because it's way too weird. Think... I think maybe I need to undo some of the, okay. And from here, it doesn't really look how I want it to look, so let's sort of deal with this situation. Let's try to apply flattening effect to the bottom of this. Come on. Scenery lock? Will that allow it to do that? No. See, what it's doing here is it is locking to the top. So it's not like... There we go. Flatten the surface is better for this, I guess. Ugh. Why did you decide to do that, game? Okay, see, this is not what this isn't really what I want. Let's see, just push that in. Okay. Alright. That's what I've done there is I've made it look like something, not quite a saltwater crocodile's mouth. I mean, it kind of looks like one from the top. I haven't added the teeth in yet, but... Okay. And then let's just do a quick little click and hold there. Alright. Now, should I add rocks for eyes? Or no? Because if let's say I use these two, it's probably going to look very stupid. But I'm gonna try it. Yeah, this is definitely not going to work. Oh, fine. Putting it down one more. No, that's not gonna work. Neither is that. Maybe a differently shaped rock. Let's see about those long ones. Something like this, maybe? Let's see. What about you? This maybe could be made to work. And I'm actually going to change this into probably something different. I just don't think the grass suits it. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. But it does kind of look silly, doesn't it? I'm gonna put the other one in, but I still think it looks silly. Maybe I should have just let the shape sort of speak for itself. Let's try, because I think this looks better, but I still don't think I like it. But let's try maybe digging out the section of the, okay, stop selecting that. And let me dig this out. No, what I'm doing there is raising terrain. What I want to be doing is lowering terrain. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. I don't think I do. Also, what are you? Go away. No, I think it looks silly. So I'm gonna get rid of the rocks, but I am going to keep that sculpted, and I'm gonna try and sculpt the other one to match it. Are they too far back? No, I think they're about far back enough. do that there. And then for both of them, I'm gonna try and just do a little bit of sculpting. I can't even tell if that's doing anything. It's making noise like it is, but I don't think it is. Okay, let's up it to 2. Do sort of this situation. Okay, the first one seems a little too extreme. God, I'm gonna be messing around with these eyes for ages. 1. 1. Because I think that's more what I'm looking for. Let's try doing that. It's hard to tell. Whatever. I'm gonna leave it, but I am going to try and dig a couple little pits in the snout to be nose holes. Once again, I don't actually think it does anything when you set it to 1 and all that intensity. Yeah, I don't think that does anything. I'll tell you what I will do. I will roughen this entire situation out. Because this just seems more appropriate. But you seem a little extreme, so why don't I stop that right now? Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to smooth that out too. Roughen again. Okay, so what you've done there is not roughened, you've taken a chunk out of the shape that I've built. Come on, game. Do something. Alright. Then let's lessen the intensity and roughen this up. No, once again. Not what I asked for. That's 10% maybe? Will this even do anything? Okay, that section just seems like it wants to not be there, so let's roughen stuff up back here. Yeah, it's not even doing anything, I don't think. Oh. Do I have that on this side? Not really. Let me make that on this side. Because I do think that's kind of a necessary look for the inside of a crocodile mouth. Alright. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better. Now we need to add the teeth. So I need to immediately rotate you. Is it that way? I guess it's that way. And now I need to deal with the movement tools again. Hooray. Should really consider whichever way you have rotated it to be like up or down or whatever, instead of just like keeping the tools the way that they are. Okay, so that's that, but I need it to flatten out. Yeah, like that. No. See, that's what I'm talking about with it sometimes reversing for no good reason. Like, there was no reason for it to just decide that I wanted it to move the opposite way. I don't like this inside of the mouth, but I'm gonna make my peace with it now. Wonder, should I? Where should the teeth be? And how many? Because I just gave myself the same amount, but I actually don't know that I'm gonna need them. They should be at the very edge, because that's how crocodile teeth look. Actually, as I did the other time, I'm just gonna duplicate it and move it. Okay, come on, go in a little bit. I'm gonna try and make it look a little uneven. You know, for realism's sake. What if I do this a little? Yeah. And then... yeah. It actually kind of does look like a gharial from this point of view. Alright, and now the other side. Nope, I did not mean to turn caps lock on. Okay. So let's just make sure that they are somewhat similar from one side to the other. But once again, a little uneven. Okay. I don't think that's in the right spot. So... there-ish. And then one further down here. You can barely see it from that side, but can you see it from this side? No. Where even is it? Is it that one? It's that. Okay. So, no, not what I wanted. Come on. All right. We don't need that sticking out that way. Okay. That's about right. Now I need to make sure that none of them are like this one. I want that upper bit mostly in the rock. So yeah, like that. Okay, and you? Ooh, you are really sticking out the top there. Let's see if we can't fix that. I think if I want to fix that, it's gonna have to be a really long tooth. But that's okay. They're supposed to be, you know, uneven and all that. I think maybe I should put another sort of thickening layer on top. Right. Oh, you look a little funny. I don't like that. This must be the one to put you in? Yeah. Alright. So, how do you look? Perfect. Now I can get rid of this horrible cluster of stone. Because the jaws are finished. Mostly. I think I'm gonna do the terrain painting. Now what color are saltwater crocodiles? Ignore me. Completely screwing up how to speak as a human being. So I'm going to use a mixture of rock and heavy soil, I think. I think that's what's going to happen here. So yeah, it'll be rough rock and heavy soil. What does heavy soil look like? I wonder if those maybe should continue to be kind of greenish. Let's add a little hint at the green coloration. Just a little bit of that situation. Because they are kind of greenish. I wonder if it should be rock and short grass, maybe, is what I do. And then that. And then, of course, rock down here. Rock down here. Okay, that's something. I'm gonna put the size down and try to just make that Right, when you put the size at 1, it does fuck all. Try to make that grass so that it's just the crocodile mouth that is made of rock. It's gonna be hard to do that here because I can't see a thing because of the shadow of that. But I think it's mostly gone. And then I'm going to just, you know, add little touches of green on the inside. Maybe I'd make the outside soil so that the slight touches of green don't blend in that much. Okay. Just very lightly soil that. And then maybe I should put soil on top too. Just to give it more, like, texture and feeling. Because it doesn't really have much texture. Oh, sorry about that. Wow. I can't tell if I like this or if I hate it with every fiber of my being. You know, my feelings on it are definitely strong, but doesn't look so good from this angle, but that's alright. It's not the angle it was meant to be viewed at. Now, I'm sitting here wondering if I should maybe try to make this into a waterfall situation, but I'm not going to do that to myself because I value my sanity too much. God, I've been live for 2 hours. Well, I guess the Gariel will have to wait another day. But yeah, some interesting progress. We haven't even gotten the fucking saltwater crocodiles in yet. But, you know, starting area is complete. Mostly. Like, the entrance area is complete. I swear to God, if I ever convince myself to come back here and, like, touch things up, I'm just gonna go insane. Because I could make this into a waterfall that falls on either side of the mouth. If I just put a divot here. I could do that. I shouldn't. I'm gonna end the stream before I talk myself into it, I think. But yeah. Thank you for being here and watching. If anyone was. It was great to have you. Yeah.